And what the hell is up? Good morning, good morning. I'm so excited about today. Welcome to our take, another edition. Y'all know who I am. I am Farrah, hostess with the mostest. Of course, you know I got my T double down here, Mr. Knock Knock. I don't know if he's gonna answer though.
Nope.
Indeed. Oh my goodness, y'all. We got the host from the Extra Point up in the building. PL Coulter. I'm Petty Betty. Happy to be here. How you doing?
Legend in the house is here.
Yes.
T Dub, it is an honor and a privilege to sit on the other side of the screen from you, sir. Farrah, you already know what it is with us, right here, right here, right
Yes,
here.
sir.
You
Yes,
and me
sir.
must have
Never
one.
part.
Right there.
Dang, he just knocked my hand down and shit. I was
Mister, Mister,
Mhm.
Mister.
Mhm.
I ain't fooling with you, Paul. But now, thank you guys for joining. Another edition. It is a full pack Saturday. We do have somebody else that's gonna jump on in just a little bit, so we'll bring them in when they come on in. I do see that I got my nephew out here in these streets. What's up, Mr. Jamar? Got you locked in onto the whole neighborhood here, y'all. What's up, neighborhood? What's up, Charlotte CLT 704? Damn it, that's what I'm talking about. I text my nephew a while ago saying, "Wake your ass up, going live." He loves his auntie, and he knows I love him with everything I got. So, thank you for joining. Anybody who's watching on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, if you're on replay, what up? So definitely got a jam-packed day today. I'm just so glad to have Paul and TT in here. So I'll start with you, Paul. How was your week? How was your weekend? Your week so far? We on the weekend, shit.
It was good. Once I got the call, the once the bat signal went up with the HT, and they said, "Hey, we'd love to have you on." I was like, "Hey, drop everything for this. This has been a long time coming to get us three on the same set. So like, glad to be here. Happy to be here."
Man, I'm so glad. Whoa, wait a minute. It's about to snow in Texas. My niece Charity, my love. That was my first little best friend. Charity is on my niece, and I'm getting my great niece, her daughter, this week. She's coming out here for the Nike camp. Remember, I told y'all about that last week. So I'm super geeked up. What's up, Charity in the building? Appreciate you, Jordan. Oh, fam, I came on in today. So what's up? What's up, TT? What's up with you this week?
Everything is wonderful. You can tell everything is exciting. I have nothing going on this week, but I will do this now, and it may happen later. But today is my sister's birthday, so I'm shouting out her 21st birthday for at least I ain't gonna say how many times. And so happy birthday to Rail. So if you pop on, I already said it. So don't get mad if I don't say it again if you do pop on. Don't get no attitude about it. Just making sure
Oh
we got
my goodness. Not my sister that I ain't. I always missed her. I never get to see her when she comes. Happy birthday to Rail.
She was supposed to pop into town today and hang out, and then for a couple of days, but she too good, just like her mama and the rest of that family of mine.
You know what? You talk that trash while they ain't on here, but you know Mama Thompson will be on here toward the 10-minute left hour.
You know that.
But yes, definitely. Hey, everybody. My niece says hello at work, but I'm still listening. Thank you. She works at, I ain't going to say where she works, but it's important. You wouldn't get mail without her. She said happy birthday to your sister. But, yeah, on that note, I ain't seen my little other guest, but she coming. I'm sure she is. So we're going to jump on into it. Y'all ready to get into this? Let's get it. Let's hit it. Y'all already know what the hell went on this week. We only watched one day of it. I did. I don't know about y'all, but we only watched one day.
We only watched one day. I mean, you only watched one day.
Did you watch both, or you didn't watch any of it?
I watched both of them. I mean, what else did I have to do? Now, I couldn't name nobody in the second round.
That's why I didn't watch the damn second round. Who the hell does that? Like, no, thank you. No, thank you.
Maybe Johnny Broom from Auburn. I knew him. That was it. The second round. I'm done. I was done after that. So
yeah, pretty much. So no wonder after these first. I mean, I think the draft went pretty much the way that we fucking thought. I mean, I don't think it was anything outside of that. We have a couple of cover stories. These kids be tripping out here in these streets, but for the most part, y'all already know. Y'all tell me what you're thinking. Flag, and we didn't trade him.
I'm going to celebrate this for you. I with all my hateration into my books, I don't like the Mavericks and whatsoever, but I did this for you. Yes, that number one pick was expected, Flag, and everybody's excited. I saw him all news this morning. They're talking about him coming to town, him doing a little camp, and the kids at the camp is closer to his age and everybody he gonna be playing with on the team. So I'm like, oh, how exciting this team is about having this dude. We don't know what position. It was an easy pick. I mean, this doesn't happen every year, but this was an easy pick. Who else would you pick number one? So congratulations to this kid. He's lived up to almost every expectation he's ever had, which is amazing, and a lot of pressure for him. So let's just see what he does next. Go Dallas. Woohoo.
What's up, Brandy? Appreciate you joining us. Paul, what's up? What you think about Flag?
Well, to T-Dub's point, like this was one of the few can't miss number one picks that we've seen since probably Zion at the time with the whole Duke connection.
I guess.
I was going back to Tim Duncan.
Right.
Right,
No one will know now. Right. No one will be know now. But here's why I'm excited as a Dallas transplant, and I follow the teams. When the teams are good, it's good for business around here. The people that you're over in traffic, you know, you don't have to fight nobody at Cowboys Chicken when you're waiting on your family bird. But I'm excited, y'all, because the Stars, they were good. The Rangers just won a title. The two basketball teams got the number one picks, and Dallas is going to the Super Bowl this year, so it couldn't be better.
See, you got there. Till you got to that point, but go ahead.
So Dallas is up. It's all the way up. But no, that's a great look for the Mavs. I liken it to back in what was it, 93, when Orlando had the number one pick after getting Shaq, and they were able to add a top-notch player to an already playoff caliber type roster. So Dallas, man, Kyrie come back healthy. It's gonna be a problem.
And Kyrie looking good. I saw him last night at the game. He looking all healthy. He looking happy. Man, listen, Dallas is about to be a force record with, but he still got to come in and prove himself. Yeah. So, you know, to each his own. You can feel the way you feel until he get out on that court because he ain't shot a shot yet. Probably ain't even worked out in the gym yet. So we're gonna have to see how this work out, pending no injuries, prayerfully. Because he like to fly through the air and do things that the NBA don't allow. So I don't want to get clothesline, you know, midway to the rim. So definitely praying for that. But I think it's gonna work out. I think Dallas is going back to the NBA Finals. I won't say they're gonna win it, but I will say they will go back to the finals, or at least the Eastern Conference. The Western Conference Finals. I'll give them that much in year one with him because of the pieces they got. They kept everybody. Who you got? Well, I said at least to the finals, the Western Finals. I ain't say they're coming out.
Well, I'm gonna say this. It depends on when Kyrie comes back. If Kyrie doesn't come back to February or March of next year, then yes, they have enough talent to sustain. But you know, getting him back on the court and getting that chemistry will probably ruin them early rounds in the playoffs because the West is stacked. It's not like you play in the East. I mean, me, you, Paul, and two other people can win the East right now because we healthy. Well, at least two of y'all are healthy. I don't know about me, but at least two of y'all are healthy. We can win the East, but the West is stacked. You can't come in there not be having that chemistry, not playing that kind of thing because there are teams that are going to be doing it all season. Right. So, but do I see Dallas as a chance, if not next year, the year after, if they can do that? Yes, I see a championship. And I see they're the best team to play against Oklahoma City. Because even without Kyrie and everything, they beat Oklahoma City a couple times this year. Right. So they match up perfectly if Oklahoma City is the mark right now. So, you know, but again, that West is going to be stacked. And right now, today's Saturday. Free agency hits Monday. So you will see some other things really happen this week. That's gonna change the things around this league. I can't wait to see that, you know. So we'll see. But on my little side note about the draft, I think the best pick of the draft is number 4 because I want and the best name in the draft, Con Knipple. I think that's the best name in the draft myself. But I want to see how black he gonna be after he get down there with Lonzo Ball and how many tattoos he gonna come out after the end of the year because he looks all innocent and look how he looks now.
Wait a minute. Did you see the draft? Did you see where they interviewed him with his brothers?
The Knipples.
The Knipple family.
That told you all you needed to damn know. They are a God-fearing family. They all eat together at the table. You have to ask to be dismissed. Yeah, that's a whole different set. Right? He's going to be reculturalized, I would say.
Remember, Dwight Howard came from a Christian high school. He even came out he said, "Oh, you want to change the NBA to God and Jesus and all that." And look what happened. Look what happened from a year into it.
Yeah, something went left. So went way left. I mean, I like Knipple till Charlotte, but looking at this top 7, I guess you would say we got up here. Charlotte needed Bailey. But Bailey said, hell to the no, I don't want to go to you or the Jazz. They was up and they left him. They didn't leave him there. I was like, well, damn, that's crazy because they play. I guess one is a wing, one is an actual, wing forward, I guess you would say. So they very interchangeable on their position, but I think Charlotte really could have used Ace a lot bit more than they could then, but I guess Charlotte was like, well, you don't want to come here, we ain't gonna let him. But Utah said you're coming. Utah said you're coming. So that's that was my only take in that top, that top 6. They could have got. Well, I thought they could have got Fears, but they need a bigger guy. They need somebody bigger. So between the two, I think it was a good pick, but I think they really could go a lot faster, a lot quicker if they had Bailey.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I think Charlotte picked who they needed to pick because they needed a 2. Bailey plays the same position, and I think Charlotte got a bunch of players of the exact same situation and it's just wasn't gonna make any difference. Now, the fact that Bailey said I didn't want to come, okay, well, no big deal, because you found something that was going to work for you. But if I would have shot, I'd have got him and then traded him. Be like, whatever, you can come in and play, or we can get something for you. I'm gonna work my future out of it. But they got what they needed. They got somebody on the 2 position that can play, and shoot the rock, and that's what they need a lot of things because I think they picked like 2 or 3 Duke players from in this draft. So, but
they did.
Bailey, Utah, get your tail over there. That's all. I'm gonna say nothing else.
What you say, Paul?
The pick that really jumps out to me right here is Dylan Harper to San Antonio, number 2.
Ooh.
Like Dylan Harper, man, he's got size. He can distribute. He can get to the cup. He can hit the outside shot. Like you put him next to De'Aaron Fox and Wemby, and you got Stephon Castle from last year. Like they have some pieces to really like do an Oklahoma City type deal. If Wembanyama, Victor Wembanyama, if he can come back healthy, get those blood clot situations all taken care of, I think they're gonna be a problem. That whole Southwest Division is crazy with KD. And
who's going? Was this that? I mean, was this to their replacement as their point guard? Because I do believe they're about to lose CP to Dallas.
Doesn't matter.
CP 50. Come on now, let's not.
We got to get something. We got to have some. We got to have a couple guards. We're gonna see after Monday what happens, but we got to get something in there, and he's a possibility. And let's see, Tasha just joined us, and then there she is. Miss Tasha, the other co-host of the Extra Point. She's joining us, y'all, from where? Aruba. Ain't that some shit?
Do I need to turn my phone this way? Is that better?
Yeah, you good. Yeah, you good right there.
Okay.
Yeah, she's in Aruba, so we ain't jealous.
Yes, we are.
Thank you for joining.
Don't speak for me. I'm jealous. I'm sitting here.
But Tasha, since you jumped on real quick, what you think about these picks real quick? I want to get your rundown on these top 7 real quick.
Again, y'all know the NBA is like one of my least favorite sports, the current NBA. So
we all feel that way.
I don't know none of these things. I don't know.
You don't know Flag? You don't know Flag?
I just know Cooper Flag. That's it. I don't know.
Okay, well, how you feel about that?
I mean, by far from what I did watch in the college game, he is one of the most explosive and most talented players. So I'm not upset that he went first. And remember, I asked you, was that Ron Harper's son? And people have been saying that he was good.
Oh, he's really good.
But I never, never really watched him play. But I don't know if you guys have already talked about the guy not going to Utah, and Paul and I had our morning discussions that we normally have. And again, I put the soft label out there, and Paul was like, "It's not, he's not soft." But it goes back. I blame the Mannings for this. Even before the Mannings, you had people like John Elway. When you go out there and you tell people what you're not going to do, I think that's a problem. I can't blame the kid. He's getting bad advice because, as I told Paul, I didn't even know who the hell he was, and you out here dictating and telling people you're not going,
Well,
or
he
you
only
didn't go.
played 7 games? Didn't he get injured or something? He didn't play the whole season.
Again, I don't know his backstory. So who are you? It's not like you're Cooper Flag to be out there telling people, putting it out there publicly that you didn't want to go to Utah. We saw how what's his name? The quarterback is Chicago.
Williams.
Is getting all this heat now because previously, his father was like, we don't want him to go to Chicago, which it is kind of understandable. Some things you don't need to be saying out loud and in public. Some of that stuff needs to be kept at the kitchen table. But you barely, if you only play 7 games, as you guys have said, he needs to be appreciative of the fact that somebody still wanted to draft him.
I wholeheartedly agree. What you guys take on that? I have him up here. I'm about to bring it on up. What y'all say? Paul, what you got on that? Mr. I don't want to go to Utah.
I disagree with the notion of just being glad to be there. Like, he's one of the top players in the country. Like, if the roles were reversed and Dallas, for some silly reason, traded the number 1 pick to Utah and Utah took Cooper Flag would be like, oh man, for real? Like, now, the Cooper Flag may not say that publicly, but Ace Bailey, I mean, he's got the juice. He's a good player now. I would want to play for Utah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm behind, so I'm sorry if I cut you off. Go ahead.
No, you're good. No, I'm just saying that he's got the goods. So, like, he's not in a situation where it's Bronny and just somebody, please just pick me. He's got sway. I think he's going to be a great player.
What's up, T-Double?
Okay, here's my. Go ahead, Tasha. Go ahead, Tasha. Go ahead, say something. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm just saying to my point that I don't know him. And you all are saying that, he's that guy. I don't know who he is. And usually when you are a standout player, somebody knows your name. Even the casual person will know your name. I ain't never heard of him. So for you from me saying I ain't never heard of you, just it's too many people that want your spot. It's whoever went number 47 in the draft would have loved to have been picked at your spot by the Utah Jazz.
Here's what I'm going to say. First, I know these people because I watch it, but I'm going to put me, because I ain't going to put up the rest of y'all, in a generation where when I was looking, I used to know every college player going into the draft. Everybody, everything. That's what we did. We are in a new generation now. So I don't know all these kids. Half the time, again, we made fun before the start. I didn't know half these people in the second round that 20 years ago or 15 years ago, I'd have known every single person in this world. Now, what I'm going to say is this. Being in the NBA is a privilege. Not all us can make the NBA, and we don't get a choice. So somebody drafting me, wanting me, I should want to go there. The problem that we're not discussing is I don't have to anymore because I've made as much money in college that I'm going to do in the pros the first few years. Right. I don't care what you tell me to do. If I don't want to play for you, don't pick me. And if you don't pick me, somebody will pick me that I will go to. I've already made my money. If I have to sit out, I've made $20 million last year. I've had life-changing money that I've never had. Right. I can do that and then still come in next year and get drafted again. That's going to be the problem. I don't think it's him. And I agree with you. Sometimes you got the wrong people in your ear, too. You do have
the wrong people. Getting bad advice.
You get bad advice.
Definitely.
But the problem is you can stand on that bad advice now, unlike 20 years ago, because you got $20 million in the pocket right now. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's going to be hard for us to sit there because this is maybe the first that does this like this in basketball. But this ain't gonna be the last one. And the more they pay these people this money in college, I'm gonna sit back and say, know what? I don't want to play for y'all. Don't draft me. I'm not coming in. I want to go to where I want to go, which may ruin the NBA eventually, or the NBA gonna make a rule like I don't care what you do. So, and my thing is, he don't want to play for Utah. Don't play for Utah. You don't have to play. We don't have to have you in the NBA either. You're not entitled to any spot in this league. Nobody. You are not entitled here. So you can be upset. You can be mad. that you went to such and such. Put on that jersey, show what you can do. You locked into 3 or 4 years, make $56 million, and then go somewhere else if you don't want to be there. Don't sign again. That's all you have to.
That's what Paul said this morning. Just go do what you got to do and go and play somewhere else. Like, like we always shout out like our nephew, our friend Stiana, her son. He fully committed to Liberty, even though he had been big time schools, Ivy League schools wanted him, but he chose Liberty. And her and I had this discussion, and I can say this because she's allowing me to. She says if Elijah doesn't like it, he can always enter the portal. Do what you need to do while you're at Liberty. If it's not going your way, nothing is missed. Again, he's just committed. If you don't like the way things are going, do what you need to do for that football season, that year, and go somewhere else. And that's basically what he needs to do.
And they have that option now. I still think that he's being real petty about it. I think he's acting his age. He don't have the right people in his ear. But this is what college ball is now. The reason we don't know anybody is because they're all one and done. That whole top 14 was damn near freshmen. Okay? Everybody was 1 year. I know at least the top 7. So that's why we don't know nobody. They're not in school long enough for us to get to know them. They're already NBA caliber kids coming out of high school, but they can't, I guess they can go straight from high school. But why not go grab a couple million? So that's what they're doing. And now with this new, NCAA settlement, which we'll talk about later, this is just even making it worse. And then, like you said, it's going to tailor into the NBA. These young players, he's not big enough to be in the NBA to even think about something. They're going to end up injured. They don't take stuff seriously. We're seeing all these injuries now. This is coming from bad habits, not on their grind. It's just a different era of athletes. They're good, but hell, can we keep you on the court? Can we stop you from being, a damn brat, basically? But he better get his ass to Utah by Monday.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
And T made a great point, and and you two basically answered Tasha's question when she basically was like, well, why don't the casual fan know these players? Well, why don't I know him? It's to what both of you said. One, the NBA has always been, what's the word I want to use here? Preferential to the young player. They don't like that 23, 24-year-old rookie because you're going to be down there 30 on that on the neck on your extension. And so now, they like to get you early. You look at the Chet Holmgrens, you look at the Cooper Flaggs, you look at some of the top pick. They're young guys. And to Torrance's point, in the 90s, Chris Webber and the Fab Five generated billions of dollars from Michigan, didn't have a dime. Nowadays, I'd have made $20 million in NIL in the last 2 years. I can tell you to kick rocks.
And that's what they're doing. And it's starting to show.
Right. I go get me a YouTube channel. I go stream. I go get me a Twitch. I can sit back there and just talk about the NBA. I'm going to get sponsors. It's going to be a weird dynamic on how that affects the league going forward. It's going to be real interesting to see.
It's going to take a couple years to funnel in, but it's coming.
Yeah. Right.
But it's coming. We don't have no choice. Just like this is 8 through 14. Who the hell y'all know?
Y'all, hold on, real quick, Torrance and Farrah. See, this is why I jumped at the opportunity to get on this show. I love the way y'all get in the weeds with the basketball. You know what I'm saying? I come from a show. She just told you. They don't even watch it. I'm enjoying myself this morning. This is good.
I'm so glad
you are. Sorry.
You're good. Who you doing with this? Y'all don't know none of these moves.
Excuse me. Hello? Who you talking to? Who don't know these? Look at number 9. Where's number 9?
Go off.
Where is number 9 from?
Okay, I'm sorry. Number 9 is Mr. South Carolina himself. I did have a picture of him. I did. He actually dates Chloe Kitts from South Carolina USC women's basketball team. She was there. He even shouted her out on his little overhead thing. All that. That girl in for the long haul. So he did get drafted, but his girl will go. It might go the same number.
Well, next year Toronto gets a WNBA team, so maybe she gets drafted to Toronto. They be together in Toronto. That would be a great story for both of them next year. That would be wonderful in that kind of sense if you think that deep. But most of these kids here, I knew I can't pronounce the dude from Duke because He stood out. I saw him, big center.
Mhm.
And then the only reason I know Derek Queen from Maryland because I think he had a last-second shot in the tournament and took Maryland to the second round. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's it. Now you got the dude from Arizona who's 14, but okay, we watched college basketball this year. Name one player on the Arizona squad that you know.
Besides
That
Caleb Williams.
guy from North Carolina.
And that dude didn't get drafted. And the one you know did not get drafted. I want you to understand.
Yeah, you're right.
Hey, Torrance, speaking of not get drafted, did you know that North Carolina hadn't had a top 5 pick in like 20 years?
I didn't realize that. I mean, you look around the league and you see 3,000 of them, but you're right. I'm looking at it and not
That's
one.
what we're doing. I ain't seen no Michigan on here either. But we'll move on.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
That's what I'm gonna talk about. And Tasha said she'll be back in a few. Her Wi-Fi over in Aruba. Yeah, go ahead, hide your face, pick it up. You can hold that little symbol up. Nobody care about them old game
Put
cards.
my face back on.
They're fighting chickens and wolves over here.
Y'all can fight amongst yourselves. We had a top 10 pick, which is the first time in school history. Let me say that. But we got one.
Well, we have enough to sit out a little bit. Don't even worry about all that.
We got enough to sit out for
Check the stats. Not a dime to their name, just black socks and knee-length baggy shoes.
Right.
And ashy knees, too. And ashy knees.
Right. Can you imagine Jalen Rose or how they would try to dictate where they were going if they were coming out today?
They wouldn't be in the league. That's what they would. That's what they'd be. Not in the league. Hey, Cool Monkey. What's good? Thank you for joining. Glad you back. Now is Rishi still out? You know, in the woods. Back in the woods. What time to say they have been together for a long time? They have. Dang. Let's see. What's good, guys? Thank you. Hey, I'm glad you made it from camping. That's all I know. I don't know nothing else. But Cool Monkey made sure you got here. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are very cool. Let's see. Nah, he back. I see. Thank you for coming on in with us this morning.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. All right, guys. Don't you dare do it. I'm still sipping my tea. I know that was an old ass show sitting around with your mama all the damn time trying to watch shit.
You know
Jalen's first sentences before he could even really talk. His name was, what was it? Big bucks, no whammies.
Hey, that was the show. That was the best game
he
show.
He couldn't even say his damn name. He could say big bucks, no whammies.
That was a great show.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm gonna say. Yes, sir. Camping was fun. I'm glad you had a good time. But I think Tasha back with us. But we're gonna jump back in and get rid of this damn draft real quick, y'all. Round 1, here you go for anybody who want to see it. I don't think nothing else really went detrimental in the first. Clayton got drafted 18.
Utah as well, right?
No, he went to the 76ers unless he got traded.
Yeah, he got traded to Utah. He's in Utah now. So Clayton got to Utah with 8. And wait a minute, and Paul, we got to represent. North Carolina did get a draft pick this year. They got Drake Power at number 22. He did get drafted. He played in North Carolina for this year.
He's going out to LA. He's going to the Lakers. And he's going to the Lakers.
No, you ain't. Leave it alone. No, you ain't.
He's going to the Lakers.
I know we got a Wolverine in there. Let me see what I'm saying here.
We did get that one guy from Michigan. And
I see a Spartan right there.
You see that? That's what we're doing here.
But I do see a Spartan in the top. Right there.
Whatever.
Go blue.
Next. But you know what? What's so funny though? That damn Duke. As much as I hate Duke, y'all, I hate a Duke dummy. Duke's starting 5 all fucking drafted. Every last one of them. But you know, before I show that picture, round 2, did y'all see anybody? I'll give you a second. Going.
Yeah, number 35, Johnny Broom. We knew that from Auburn, but that's about it in that draft. I sat there and saw his name, and I was done.
All right, so we good to move on. Thank you for the draft. We'll see how you guys turn out. I'm actually gonna watch this. What's the little tournament they have? The NBA, whatever the
Summer League.
Yeah, the Summer League. Yeah, that thing.
League,
I'm gonna check out a couple. What Jamar saying? His ass will be in the G League.
Wow.
Probably. If he gets there, let's see how that had Bulls championship rings. Yeah,
Okay.
Bulls. Got you. Let us say it, man. Send us a picture in. Say it 10 more times. Dude, man, Jamar, I'm regretting I told you to wake up. Oh no. All right, but moving on. Yeah, them on. Yeah. So we got a Hornets, we got Suns, Cavs. They all over the damn country.
But that's not going to always equate to NBA success. That's because
It never
all-time
does.
got drafted.
That's my thing with Duke. They never succeed in the NBA. I can say never. They have a couple, but for the most part, trash.
Because do you know the only Duke player that has ever been like in contention for the MVP?
Who?
And I think
Who?
he finished third that year in the voting.
Who? I'm trying to figure out the name. You breaking up.
That would be
You talking crazy.
That would be Grant Hill.
Grant Hill?
He finished third one year. He's been the highest ranking Duke player who in the MVP ballot. He's third one season. So,
but they've had successful players in the NBA though. You got JJ Redick, you got Pablo Banchero, you got
He's still questionable. Shit, he might be out. He keep getting hurt. Shit, no, we don't count him in yet.
Kyrie, although he only played like 2 games.
Thank you. You can't count that.
You got Elton Brand. You can't argue with.
He was decent.
And of course, Grant Hill. We can't complain about that. And I think Christian Laettner won Rookie of the Year.
He made an all-star.
They did have one. What was his name? I can't think his name. Y'all gonna? Was it Brand? It wasn't Brand. He was out of Greensboro. And the only reason I know is because he used to bag my damn groceries when he was in high school. He was like 7 footer. I'm serious. He's a commentator now. I promise you. He worked at Food Line. The dude had a job in high school.
Did he take paper or plastic?
Did he?
You don't think he had an option. We was probably brown bagging it.
Was he wearing one of those blue Food Line shirts with a little lion on the collar? Because I had to wear one of them because I bagged for Food Line for about a year. So I had the little blue shirt with the little collar said Food Line.
Well, that's 20 years his senior. He wasn't there. 20 years your senior.
Okay. That's for rich folks.
Yeah. So just saying.
They didn't pay like rich folks. I'm telling you that.
They didn't. But it's gonna kill me, y'all. Some basketball fan, Jamar, you a Duke dummy. Kyrie in your own city still busting ass. I love Kyrie.
Right, that's true though, Jamar. That's true.
That's true.
I love Jamar. Who was the player from Duke that came out of Greensboro? What's his name? Please and thank you. Or was he in Carolina? Either way, find out. You know what I'm talking about. And ain't nobody over here preaching.
Is it Hayward?
UNC, yeah, Hayward. Thank you. Yes, Hayward. He used to bag my dang gum groceries in high school. I'm serious, real talk. I can see the store. I can't think of the name of the road. But anyway, preach UNC. Just give us our love, even though the Hornets know who to pick. I ain't giving y'all shit. How about that? You Duke dummy. How about that?
Hey, they cooking. They ain't slowing down either. That recruiting class is fire.
Man, you know what? What I will give props to is the coach, because I just knew he was going to be a one and done. I did not believe in him. Whatever his name is, y'all know who I'm talking about. I don't give him that much credit, even though your name. But I didn't think he was going to work out. But he's a really good coach, and he's recruited to show it, because he got rid of. I was like, okay, he still got Krzyzewski's recruits, but he's proven and brought his own folk in. Cooper Flag is all his.
But the problem is, you can recruit, but can you win with him? Because you ain't win a championship with him. You didn't win the ultimate goal with him. You won the ACC. You won your turn. Wonderful. And you recruit like hell. Everybody wanted to come. But we don't care about recruits. Because
if you see this starting five, the whole starting five went to the draft. Every last one of them went. But you said they went. But you didn't win. But that starting five couldn't even win.
4 out of 5 was the same high school, too. Didn't 4 out of 5 of something high school? I mean, get drafted in the first round too. So yeah, you get your starting 5, but they one and done. These dudes come, get their NIL money. Right. I got Duke on my chest, and win. You ain't gonna win the championship like that. Calipari only won one like that in Kentucky when he won and done. He brought all these stars in, but how many championships he brought in there? That's the point. So is it about recruiting and making them money, recruiting and bringing the school money. Depends on if
Well,
you're
you got to have 30-year-olds now to win a championship in college. I mean, look at Samson and the Connecticut teams. Those were old teams.
Yeah,
They stayed, but they stayed.
Now wait a minute. So we're calling seniors old because they played 4 years. Now they're considered old.
No, those were super seniors at Houston, Farrah. They were 30.
Those are Bo Nix seniors. You know what I'm saying? So they're in their 30s. You know what I'm saying? They've been in schools and they came into Houston and played. That's what happened.
Yeah. They're a couple of years away from that AARP email. Y'all know
they
about
can retire. They can go from college to retirement. All they got to do is not get anybody pregnant. You can go from college to retirement. They're done. Their career's done.
You know what? I'm done with y'all. I'm moving on. Them damn Harpers. Forget both of y'all. You heard me? I was about to say another word, but I'm gonna be PG something. PG 12. I ain't gonna say 13.
All right, PG 12. Okay.
PG 12. The Harpers.
Mm-hmm.
Man, listen. What does Daddy feel like? I know you always want your child to grow up and be better than you and do better than you. But dang, homie, you making more than he did his whole career on his rookie contract.
That's the new NBA. And this is just the dude who played in Cleveland was a star. He played in Los Angeles, won championships. He was in Chicago, and he got $35 million. That was it.
But you know what? But when I look a little deeper, $35 million in 1998, hell, this was is equivalent to like 600 million or something like that. It was a ratio. So the value of it would be today. So he would have made some good money, but it still wasn't what his son is making right now. So, but is Harper really just that good? I want to know because I ain't follow that kid like that.
I followed him in the Big Ten when he was with Rutgers, and when he was on the floor, he had a high ankle sprain, which caused him to miss some time. But when he was out there, you could see it. A guard with size at the next level that equates.
What is 6'7"?
Yeah, his game translates for real. But here's my question, Farrah. Where's the mama? Why you got them two up there? Where's
That's what I'm talking about. The whole star of the family is that mama. If you see,
where's she? Did she play somewhere?
Don't make no difference. She did play college. Let me make it clear. She did play college ball, but it makes no difference.
No.
Somebody's nephew went into the draft. I don't remember who it was. I know her name was Lacey.
You missed the point.
Played.
She ain't listening to what we telling you. You need a picture of that mom up there.
I'm gonna have to look. Okay.
You talking about double eyeball emoji.
Woo! So
okay, well I'm gonna look her up. I'm gonna have to look her up. Damn, is it like that?
On the plus side of it, we got to congratulate Mama for doing this because Mom and Dad wasn't together. She was the one taking the practice.
You know that's a little Asian chick, ain't it?
Yes, she was his coach and workout partner from elementary to high school. She was the one doing all of this. He just got the name in Daddy jeans, which is a great thing. But Mom was doing all the work, and she got all the cameras on her when she stood there. Draft day.
I know y'all talking. I know exactly.
He was the star of the draft.
He was the star of the draft. So,
well,
I love talking basketball with y'all. I am really enjoying this.
Well, you're gonna enjoy this next one because and look here. I know both of y'all two are jokesters, and you will both go to hell with gasoline draws if you die laughing. This is a serious question. This is serious. They take it to laugh out now.
I don't know. I have no clue what she's about to ask.
Yeah, Mom's a fool. She up there with Hayden Daniels' mom. Hayden Daniels' mama has a resting bitch face.
No, that's his sister wife. She's a little too close to the.
That's his boss. His bodyguard.
He popping out from under the blanket when he got company.
Right.
Like, hold on. Y'all need something to drink?
Right.
Right here.
Where did she come from?
Mama, quit scolding me. Take your arm off.
Get off. Get out of here, Mom. There's only two of us here. Yeah.
Oh, man, but no. I just want to know, will he make it or the G League? Either or.
Why you playing?
Who?
I'm proud of this kid. I've seen this.
I'm proud of him too. That's why I was trying to prepare y'all. Because this kid can ball, like word up. Are they trying to get clout or clickbait, or are they taking this boy serious?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen this kid since high school. They've been talking about this kid since high school. And he's been playing, and he got a scholarship and been playing college ball. And it's amazing what he can do in the talent. I don't know what Houston's motivation. I I'm looking at the talent on Houston. I don't think he's gonna make the team based on where he went, the talent itself.
Right.
But the fact is, he may be a G League player. He may get a 2-way contract. It may be one of those things, and see what he can really do, and eventually bring him up to Houston so they can have the sideshow, which is gonna happen later on in the season, whatever happens. But I'm wishing nothing but luck. I'm not even gonna laugh at this dude because I guarantee I get on the court. That dude will cross me over with that one.
I'm not even. I didn't know if y'all thought I was serious about this question. I'm dead ass because I don't want him to be used as clickbait just for ratings and marketing and for teams to expose him. That ain't right. Period.
My question is: has he ever been called for double dribble?
Yes, and carrying. And carrying. Yes, he has.
What, he put his foot on the ball?
No. He turned it over trying to. Yeah. Yes, he did.
This dude cannot double dribble.
Hey, turnovers. You keep the turnovers down. We put him in late game situations. He can do the jump ball.
Listen, you can't strip this dude. You can't strip him. I mean, listen.
Can he call a timeout?
Yes, ref.
Barry, you set us up for this.
Yes,
I'm going to hell on your back.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Jesus, I'm going to get right now. In front of all these people. I am repenting right now, Lord. You know my heart.
You did this, man. You for real. You did.
I thought that was Reggie Miller at first.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh man, Jamar, they not letting that man play in the league. Respect the hell out of him. Very, very talented. Well, what he has grown up dealing with, but no way he gets it.
I totally agree with you, Jamar. I totally agree.
My fault, Jamar. My fault. We just trying to figure it out, though. My fault.
We just talking through it.
I'm so glad Tasha ain't on here this very moment.
See, the Lord struck her from the show before we even got to that part. So you're looking out, Lord.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so I'm here to take it down.
Babies and fools. Babies and fools along the gap. There it is.
Oh my! I am literally crying. Oh, I gotta take that picture down right now. I am too.
Our fault, man. Our fault. Let's get to it.
Yeah, it's y'all's fault. I can't move on. I'm trying. Okay. Oh, I think I can move on. Okay. Let's get it together, y'all. Y'all are going to hell, but anywho.
No, you going to hell for this. This is what you going to hell for, right?
No, then y'all people, I thought y'all would be happy. The hell? I can't win for losing.
I'm happy about this one. I'm definitely going to be watching.
I'm going to be, this is the one game I'm going to watch. I want to see this. I do. I want to see you, Bronny, play against the rest of a class that came out and was drafted because of their talent.
You're wrong for that, Fair.
You're wrong for that.
He got drafted too, didn't he? So
no,
he was 55 as one.
Oh, yeah.
He got drafted, so let it go.
Okay, I really do wish Tasha was back on. We'll see how this game go.
She's a Bronny hater. She's a LeBron James hater. Like, don't get us fighting in public on somebody else's platform today.
Oh my God, we're gonna move right on along. But we're gonna wait to see how this works. And this is like July. So this is coming up really soon. I think
it's the opener.
It's the opener, I believe.
Right.
So I'm watching this. We're gonna see. But I'll tell you what. I want to know: is KD hating or is he jealous? So KD comes out. When I was in OKC, I faced Prime LeBron and Wade Bush in the finals. Who did SGA face in the finals? Injured Tyrese. Is this dude jealous or he just pure hating or both? What's up with this dude? You can't be happy for your team that you used to play for. Like, is this really the commentating that you got to give out, KD? Come on, you disappointing me.
Well, I'm thinking I don't think he's hating. I think it's just plain jealousy. And what I'm going to say is this: this dude has just erased every record that you put in Oklahoma City. It's basically what's happening in that scenario. He has moved you out of the hero of Oklahoma City, and you jealous about that. But what he did was something you didn't do. He won a
And couldn't do.
He won a championship with less talent than what you have. Now, see, you're right. You had a prime LeBron, you had prime Wade, you had prime whomever. You are 100% correct. But you had Harden. You had, I'm not even going.
Westbrook.
They had a big three. Serge.
You had more talent than this dude had in his team. So talent for talent, you were playing teams who was just as talented as you. So you can't complain. What this did do is, with his talent level and what's in the NBA now, he was successful and he won a championship. So if you want to hate because of that, that's on you. You could have won a championship. You went to Golden State. You're not complaining. You played that same prime LeBron, prime whomever when you was in Golden State. You literally did the same thing, and you won. So what do you complain that you lost now? Yes, Tyrese was hurt, and Oklahoma City had an advantage on that. But who can control injury? Injuries is not something we can control.
Right.
You can tell me there's teams that he played when he played wherever he played that lost players, and he won a series because they lost players. What happened when it was? I don't even want to talk about it. What about prime Toronto when they beat y'all because you got hurt?
Right.
Tell us how you really feel, TT.
T, you went off. T went off on that one. He went off.
Did he not? Not now. I mean, damn.
Like, I retweet everything he just said, and wow, there's really not even much to add to what T said. I agree with him 1,000%. Also worth noting is that same LeBron team that he's talking about, that he lost to a prime LeBron and Wade and Bosh, Dirk beat them with a lesser team.
That's what I'm saying. Lost to Dallas.
Dirk beat them.
Dirk can name somebody else. Dirk A.
Right. It was the Weed Smoke, Doc Howard, JJ Barea.
They had kids.
They did have kids. They did have Tyson Chandler, but that wasn't Harden and Westbrook. Those were future MVPs of the league. Like, let's not do that. Like, KD, you always shaking salt, man. Look, nobody told you to go get your title the way that you did. SGA was traded there. This wasn't like he went and picked his team. He was traded there. Remember, they were a bottom basement team 3 years ago. Remember when it was laughable to compare him to John Morant?
Yeah, but he can't never make a big three. Think about it. They went to Brooklyn and couldn't get it done. He has a big three a lot of damn places and ain't been able to get it done. Period. So you came in on an already championship team and they just needed one more little key piece, but they would have won it anyway without your ass. You just lucky you got a ring.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm very disappointed in KD on that, and I really wish Tasha was on here so she can defend him, nappy neck.
There's nothing to defend.
Man, what are you going to defend in this situation? You had your shots at these things, and you want to complain that the dude capitalized on his first opportunity to do this with this squad. First opportunity, and you couldn't do it at all. Don't get mad at him. Don't get mad at the organization they built around it. They built that other organization built around you. You came from Seattle. Harden wasn't there. Westbrook wasn't there. They built around you. Ibaka wasn't there. So they built around him. Get over it. Move on. You got your championship. You're one of the greatest players in NBA history. Shut your mouth and try to win some more. Become the greatest. That's all you do.
Farrah, didn't they clinch the same day that he got traded again?
Yeah. But the thing is he ain't gonna win another one. He's not gonna win one in Houston.
No, he's not.
He's not. And if he's gonna spend his next 3-4 years out there and then he retire, it's a ring for him. He's just one of the greats that won a championship on somebody's back. Let's see, Jamar, he has his ass always been an ass. I've never liked that man, just basketball wise, nothing personal. And he not doing shit in Houston. Exactly.
Jamar cooking today. Like
Jamar, you need to come on the show one of these good Saturdays.
Right, he does. He does. Like he's cooking too. Him and T Double and Farrah. I'm just gonna sip this coffee and enjoy this conversation.
But I'm gonna give KD his credit. When he played at Golden State and they won those championships, he was the best player on the court. I can't argue that. Curry was great. LeBron was great. But KD was the best player on that court. I'm going to give him that credit. Now, Golden State didn't need him. At no point did they need him. But when he was there, he stepped up and they gave and they gave him the ball in those last second shots. He didn't grab them. They gave him the ball to be the star, and he came through in that scenario. So I'm going to give you that. But just don't.
No, Torrance. No, T-Double. No. 2018, LeBron was the best player on that court. That they got swept, okay, because Kyrie went to Boston. But LeBron was the best player on the court in 2018. 17, yeah.
I believe, and I don't argue with that because LeBron was he carried that squad to the championship. He didn't have no complaints about that. He carried.
I mean, he did. I will give him at least that much. But
that's that same LeBron we saw when he carried that team against San Antonio.
Yeah.
A bunch of nobody said we saw what that could be. I give him that. Yeah. But I'm gonna say KD stepped up when he needed to step up.
No, he did. He earned those MVPs. He did. To your credit, he did. He earned those MVPs.
So I'll give him that. The MVPs he earned, but he didn't earn no championship on his own. How about that?
Okay.
So that's what he didn't do. But a recipe for success. How do we build that?
Nice.
Between these, between what you cooking, man?
You put the recipe out.
Right. I'm like this.
I'm like, what we cooking? So this is the platform that I found that I see that actually builds that successful team. And as we can see, both of them have won a championship in the recent years, So you gotta have a star. I think SGA is officially a star. I've already got TT to admit that. Paul, are you gonna ever admit that?
It said star. It didn't say superstar. He said star.
Right. I'll agree with star as long as you keep super
really? That's what we doing. Take the super out.
Take the super out. He's a star.
I'm going back because Tasha, I got to get her take on that last topic. I will go back for you.
Okay, I'm back in my room now, so the Wi-Fi should be better.
Okay, so I'm going to get you in a second because I need your answer on our last topic that I know you missed, but I have to.
What, on KD being a hater?
Yeah, we're going to get back to that. You know what, matter of fact?
Damn, I just got in.
Sorry. That's how I go on this show. You're pro with this. You ain't doing this. You're true to this. Come on now. I ain't like that. Now, is KD jealous or hating? And I'm asking a true fan who will fight any of us on this show right now.
Oh, will.
When I was in OKC, when he's faced with LeBron, Wade, Bosh in the finals, who did SGA? I'm facing the finals. Injured Tyree. Why KD throwing shade like that? Tasha, let's need your take real quick on that one.
Now, like Paul say, you in the booth, gotta tell the truth. While I totally agree with what he said, you can't take away from what these boys did. You can't take away. Yeah, Indiana may not have been a team that we thought was that one, but Indiana made it out of the East for a reason. They beat the one who we thought was the one in the Knicks. They ran the gauntlet. They did what they needed to do. Yeah, the opponent may have been lesser than what he had to face, but KD, you had a cachet of stars playing with you in OKC, and y'all could never get it done to beat these stars. Who did you have? You had Russ. You had James Harden. You had Goldtooth Adams at one point. Who else was on that team? That team was stacked. And you had who me, as well as other people, are saying is the greatest pure shooter the league has ever seen. And you out here popping this? Come on, KD. You got to do better, man. Just let them boys have they shine. Let them have it.
But you do believe that he had a lesser – he didn't have anyone as good as KD did in his day? So you're saying that LeBron and Wade and Bosh are better than what's going on right now?
Oh, most definitely. Everyone that he listed on here is a Hall of Famer. And so I do agree with him with that. But KD, don't do that. Don't do that, bro. Am I centered? Wait a minute.
Anybody?
Don't do that.
T-Double just trashed him. I just want to see if you feel it. You recant anything.
I mean, I ain't gonna never trash KD. Now you better.
A hater is the word. Is he being a hater?
But yeah, pull up, bro. Let them boys have it. Let them have it.
Okay.
I'm proud of her.
Okay, Jamal said he loved Miss Tasha. Yeah, we do too. We love that she's in Aruba and we not. I ain't gonna keep hating. I was offered to go. She at least told me about it. Shit.
But we hate you too, because you should have known better.
Well, you know what? I ain't about to do it. But the recipe for success, we're gonna go on back over here to that So we have a recipe for success. As you guys can see, let me take this down so we don't have Miss Beautiful Tasha's face. Recipe for success. Yes, he's a superstar. SGA, I don't care what any of you say. Gotta have two. You have to have one on each team. And you gotta have a guy named Jalen. Okay? That's the only way you win in a championship.
Shouts out
Jalen.
to Jalen Rose's mother, who in 1973 put one of the greatest names ever known to man out there. Because before Jalen Rose, who y'all know named Jalen?
My son.
Well, you can't shout out his mom without shouting out the head coach of Michigan, because if he didn't go to Michigan to play, we wouldn't know who that kid was. He just been a dude.
We would have known who he was coming up out of Southwest Detroit.
He would have been a dude who didn't know who his daddy was and not play ball, and the world would have
Now,
never
Paul, y'all remember in Ace Ventura when he was trying to find the Super Bowl ring that was missing the orange stone, and he had all them imprints. That's what Paul finna do to you. You keep talking this Michigan son, because we don't play that TT. Hit him in his face with that Michigan ring and leave that.
I gave him a compliment. How am I talking about Michigan? I said we would not have known. The rest of us outside of Michigan.
He's trying to give Steve Fisher his love. That's all.
That's all. And the University of Michigan.
But Jalen was recruited in other places. How do you know? Jalen Rose was a great player. We're not going to say just because he played for Steve Fisher, that's the only reason we know who he is. Jalen would have made his name anywhere. We finna have no Michigan and no Detroit's slander. You already got KD.
I mean, if that's what you want.
I done gave you, bro. And here we go. We on live air fighting, TT. This ain't how we supposed to be. We got the same initials, TT. We ain't supposed to be doing this, my brother.
It's nothing but love here, and that's why I was saying I know his mama did the thing that everybody picked up, but I still wouldn't know. And little dude in South Carolina, or I was in college at the same time. In college, the University of South Carolina would have not known who this dude was until he played for the Fab Five. He could have gone to Memphis State. He could have scored 30, but he wouldn't have got that recognition. We would have known because we know him. We still know all of them because of that Michigan scenario for them. And well, one of them is from Plano, so I guess he's right around the street. So we got to give him credit.
I mean, two of them are from Texas. One from Chicago, and two from the great state of Michigan.
But
how the hell we get on that from my recipe?
Because TT be trying to slander that Block M. I don't take that. Ain't gonna be no KD. No Block M or no 49er slander allowed.
We can talk about it if you want to now, but we're gonna let it go. Defensive guy. Let's go to defensive guy.
Y'all crazy. I'm staying out. But a defensive guy. Y'all down now. We already know that the Celtics, y'all are not a championship team anymore because you lost your defensive guy. You gave him away in the yard sale last weekend. Okay. Then you gave away your skinny guy.
I mean, does the defensive guy have to have braids too? He got to play defense.
Well, he got braids. He got dreads. He has locks. Thank you.
It's a difference. I want to know the rules of the game. Go ahead.
Then you got to have a skinny guy, skinny big man,
white dude,
and you got to have a white. I don't
know
how to take that down there.
That's wild. That's wild, Sarah.
Yeah, that's a stretch.
Wow.
I didn't make it.
The skinny big man is a stretch because Porzingis really wasn't. But I get you.
If he hadn't got sick, I'm hoping they figure out what's wrong with that dude. I know Atlanta took him. Did they trade him to Atlanta? But they ain't got no good hospitals down there until they can take his ass over there to Grady. Good luck.
I mean, Grady is one of the top trauma centers, even though it's the hood. If you just want to go, I'm not trying to go to Grady.
Don't take me to Grady. Just leave me out here. Take me to a vet. Shit, I might get better situation there.
You got a vet.
I'm done now. Oh god.
Boy, I ain't in good situations there. But you know, now why did I erase? I don't even know where he go. Where my thing is? So y'all don't make me delete something. But what I will go ahead, I want to give a rest in peace. You know, we gotta take a little break out for our rest in pieces. I'm taking my hat off. I have a hair appointment at 2:00. Damn y'all. But rest in peace. With
Mr. Rocksteady himself.
We began to rock. Got top DJ, thought you were gonna sing for me. Yeah. Thank you for your music, but he did pass away. So we have to give him a little shout out. I have to give my rest in peace condolences to his family. Thank you for all the good music. Good Lord.
So me and my mother was talking about this the other day. Of course, she's a Whispers fan. You know that generation. You listen, and we grew up on that, so that's what we did.
Cleaned up to it.
The
She's
8-track. The 8-track.
Darn right. She's like, Walter Scott's gone from the Whispers. I said, yeah, Ma, I heard. She said, you know what? Well, we got another one. He got a twin brother, so we still got one. I said, oh my God.
God, Mama.
I'm not laughing. I'm
Brutal.
I said, that's
That's
good.
brutal.
I said, you know what, Ma? I said, all right. Like I said, she's like,
That's
because
what
think
it
about it. They had to learn to sing the same way so the voices sound the same, so we still got it. I was like, thank you, brother. Thanks. I appreciate it. Then we moved on. So
Sarah,
Scott.
I thought that was Lamont Sanford.
I'm getting ready. You know what? How do I log out? See, we on here guests.
Yeah,
and you in here
man.
acting up. Stop showing out, Paul. We have been
Yeah.
inviting guests, and you on here acting the damn
Well,
fool.
she missed it earlier. I promise you that. If you think that's something.
I thought that was Lamont. I was like, oh hell no.
That's
Well,
what I'm saying.
Well, they did talk about Grady a few seconds ago, so why wouldn't that be Lamont? We just rolled right into it.
Rest in peace, Mr. Scott.
Rest in peace.
With-
But I do have another question about a possible rest in peace. I don't know about y'all. This is my little mini break before we going over to the dub.
A possible rest in peace.
Possible rest in peace. We just ain't show. We ain't show.
This is a
I'm
killer.
I'm
not
being
sure.
messy today, Carol.
I can't fool with this one.
Did Mark Simpson die?
Oh yeah.
Did he die? I need to know. I need to know. I need to know.
Look, all I know is I'm glad them kids is 30 plus years old, because if they was left for Homer to take care of them kids be more screwed up than they already are.
I think in the last episode last week, I think it's a foresight into her dying, but I thought she died. And so I already took the picture. I'm all, Lord Jesus, everybody was supposed to Mark Simpson. It almost feels real. So I had to investigate a little bit more, but it was the last episode, so it looks like she may die in the future. It was like a dream or something, so they left everybody hanging. But for all y'all who are Marge Simpson fans, which everybody is, it should be on this show. If you ain't, then you know what kind of person you are. We ain't loan you money. But we got to know the Simpsons. They tell everything that's happening in our life these days. They've been showing us for years. But I just want to know, did Marge die?
And you know, Marge is always overlooked. When we do our top 5 mothers, we don't ever add Marge.
We don't.
She been with him. He done tried to get disability. He blew up the town. He done tried. Y'all remember when he gained all that weight and was wearing that moo so he could get disability and work from home, and he had the bird pecking and he blew.
My God, my God. Well, y'all make sure y'all add her in there, and we don't hope Marge comes back on the next when they come back on the next season, whatever. I can't believe it's still on for one. But that told me up when I seen that, y'all. Like, real talk, I was just up when I saw that. But we're going to move on over to the W. That was that little break. But the W, I know you are ready for this. I know you're ready. So we're going to go through some game results, which will have some little interjections in there. We got CC. Don't worry. But, who we have? It's that these jokers play all the time, like baseball games. I'm trying to tell you. Shit. Like fucking baseball out here. Play every day, 3 times a day. But we did have a couple games on Tuesday during our show. We had the Wings. The Wings went ahead and took care of Atlanta 68-55. That was probably Arika's last good game. What y'all say? If you've been watching. I know, Paul, me and you've been texting. I know you watching.
Yeah, I've been watching. Atlanta. And look, I don't normally don't do this, but remember when I chimed in that the team to watch was Indiana in the NBA playoffs. Atlanta is the team to watch in the NBA.
Who knew?
They had a good offseason draft. I mean, they had a good draft, but then they put a lot of pieces together. They went ahead and
physicality.
brought a lot of good things together. The Wings, I'm still a little tied up on them. I wish I had went to the game last night, but it is what it is. I couldn't believe it was at American Airlines. Who knew? I didn't know
that was a great atmosphere too.
20,000. I think they had 20,000 people there. And in the sky, Paul, y'all got to win. You did get a win on Tuesday.
We got a win on Tuesday. We told Kelsey Plum to beat it. It was Camila Cardoso's last game until she heads off to Brazil, I believe.
Yeah,
Brazil.
I didn't know if that was true.
Yeah, she posted the photo in her Brazil uniform, her
Okay,
national
so
uniform.
tell me what's going on. I thought that I didn't know if that was real news or fake news. What the hell?
Yeah, she's taken a leave of absence from the Sky to play with the Brazilian national team. And during that game against the Sparks, she had fell and hit her head, and it looked like it was a really bad hit. And the commentator said, "Well, she's got a lot of wig and weave in there to kind of cushion it." And I was like, "Damn, the W!" I was like, "Damn."
That is so.
Hey, she popped right back up and hit the free throw. So I guess.
Oh my god.
I mean, first of all, she's Brazilian. Have y'all not ever seen that girl's real hair?
Yes,
Maybe that's why her wig is so big, because she has all that long natural beauty.
Wear the wig and wear your shit.
Hey, look, my daughter has a head full of hair too, and she'll slap a wig on in a minute. They always say it's the maintenance. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I get it. Every now and again, you got somewhere to go, you throw it on, you don't feel like doing it, but this is her every day, okay? Shit, I ain't never seen her any other way. So, do you?
Before I lose my thought, I was watching something, and they were interviewing Cynthia Cooper. Do y'all know I'm just now, and don't get mad, realizing that there's no more Houston Comets? Yeah. Like, I don't know why that kind of. I mean, I knew there was not a Houston Comets. I knew that, but it just kind of, when I saw Cynthia Cooper, the first thing I thought was Houston Comets. Then I said,
yeah, it's a lot of teams. The first NBA team ain't even here.
I mean, the Houston Comets are the reason that I literally started watching the WNBA. And I mean, it just kind of went over my head because, you know, it's so much going on. It just went over my head. And I'm like, damn, we need to get them back. If you're doing expansion,
we don't need another market in Texas. They ain't going to give us two markets.
I mean, you moved the team to Toronto. Look how long it took the Raptors to pick up. Do you really think this, you know?
I think it will.
Did y'all recognize there's no Charlotte Sting, Cleveland Rockers,
Cleveland Rockers,
Sacramento Monarchs?
The Monarchs.
You realize these teams, Detroit, they're gone. San Antonio had one, and they in Vegas now. You know these people disappeared. You are correct.
That was 30 years ago.
The Comets. It's one of those teams that they can't bring back because they got a history. I don't get it, but I'm in the ownership in Houston that wants to bring in WNBA back. That's why they're going to Portland and is it Seattle?
Markets that want them. Markets where they can succeed. Yeah. And in Houston, I just can't imagine. The men barely get fans. So
Portland and Toronto, the new ones are coming in.
Yeah,
Portland bringing Portland back to Toronto. But
and since you got the Sky up there, Angel Reese, 35 points, 35 rebounds, and 8 assists her last 2 games. She's had 17, 18, and 19 rebounds her last 3 games. She's leading the league in offensive rebounds and defensive rebounds. I just want to put that out there.
I only give props for the defensive rebounds because all them offensive are hers.
No rebounds, she bound, flea bound, rebound. None of that today. None of that.
What did I say? I sent you the other day. I sent you a picture of this mess the other day. You don't remember? I sent you a picture and I said I can dig this.
Torrance, impressed? Are y'all impressed?
No. Nope. And let me tell you why. First, I was impressed with that game. She had like 18 and 18 rebounds. You know why she looked that good? Because of what we're looking at in that picture. Carmelo was 27-7. So they was running to the big girl. Hold on, running to the big girl, and then she was open on the opposite side, so she could get rebounds or score easy baskets.
She even got a 3, I think, that game.
Yeah, she had a 3 last night.
So now, am I impressed with her? Camilla's not there because she's going to the America Cup because Brazil has to qualify for the Olympics. That's why she takes that break. There's a couple of players who go back to their country every year, so the team can qualify to get to the Olympics, and she is one of the stars for Brazil. So that's why they grabbed her. But your girl Angel Reese, I want to see. She had 1 game. I'm taking that Camilla game when she has 18. She's had 1 game that I want to watch from that point on because they got to run it through her right now. She's the big girl.
Last night, Dub. Last night she was 17 and 18 without Coach
Johnson. Paul is giving us like little highlights and little snippets of when she's having a successful game. I want that to be her natural. Like
she has successful quarters. She doesn't even have successful games.
I want that to be her norm, not us only talking about her when she has an often bad game and everybody's tearing her down. And then when she has a good game, we're picking and choosing what part we want to celebrate of that game.
She needs consistency.
I know I opened by saying she's leading the WNBA in offensive and defensive rebounds, which means she's doing it all season.
No, I'm not talking about you just in, from.
Oh yeah, in general. No. I totally
about
agree.
In general, that's the career I want her to have.
Yeah,
and
she was spectacular last night. Yeah.
Sometimes I think, I don't know if something has gotten into her or something has gotten in her where she's not really concentrating like she should. And I don't know what's going on with the young lady. I've never played at this level, never have been able to even shoot a free throw. But it's like she's distracted. And I understand
she needs to decide what do she want to do. You're like,
right,
you know what you want her to do, but only she knows what career she wants.
But like, the WNBA, the paper ain't long. The paper ain't good. You got to get your money via endorsement.
She knew that when she came, though.
I think that's more of what she's banking on is the off the court incentives, because I don't know. I just wanted to do so well. I just wanted to do good.
Well, and it's on that.
I want to make it clear. I don't dislike the girl. I want her to be the most successful in everything she chooses to be successful in. That's what my choice is. And I want her to be successful in basketball if that's what you want to do. And right. I want you to get 17 and 17 every game. So all I can say is, oh, she put 17 and 17 in the game. Leave her alone. Of course, Paul, she's leading the league in rebounds because that's the best thing about her. She can rebound the ball. She can put herself in.
But that's not winning games. That's why they're 3-8.
But we said this a couple of weeks ago. Beat Dennis Rodman. You don't have you can be a superstar and average 17, 20 rebounds a game, and people will know who you are if that's what you want to do. But don't come feed me that you Michael Jordan and you Dennis Rodman. There is a difference in what it is. If you're great at rebounding defense, if that's what you're gonna be, do that.
I call her the wormette. She's the wormette.
And then go after the game, after you get your 20 rebounds, go ahead and get on that TikTok, get on that video, go ahead and make that money. Walk down the aisle if you want to do.
See, Farrah, this is what I think is lost on the whole Angel Reese thing, Farrah. And damn it, Farrah, you walked us right into this because you knew I was going to go into. She's on a bad team.
Yeah, she is.
She's on a bad team. Like you look at even on a already offensively challenged team to start the season, you lose your top player, your scorer, and your starting point guard, who led to the all-time assist leader in WNBA history. She's down. You don't have a lot of shooting. You got Atkins.
Weatherspoon would have built around them. I think Weatherspoon would have.
I'm not a fan of that coach either. Yeah, but she doesn't have. She's not a scorer. She's not a natural scorer, and she's not surrounded by scorers. So they're offensively challenged. They're really hard to watch some nights. When they go cold, they go ice cold. So I'm not sure who made the point of it. It happens a quarter at a time. I think that was fair.
Yeah,
they're so sneaky. They're really tough to watch, Torrance. Like they are, and I try to watch all of their games, but they are tough to watch. Oh my God,
it is. She is on a bad team. I will give her that much, and maybe she'll be able to get off that team at some point.
I hope
she do. If she could strive somewhere else with a good coach and a good team that she fits into, cohesive.
But Torrance don't like her, and that hurts my feelings.
No, I don't dislike her, and I disagree. I think she's on a bad team, but they have a blueprint. Run the blueprint. You have a big girl down low, and then you got Angel on the other side. All you need is put the other pieces around that and run an offense that way. And Angel's going to be a superstar. Camilla's going to be a superstar. And whoever the point guard is, give it to 6'7" down over here or whatever, and you're going to be good. So right now, I agree. But there's a bad team. But you can be good on the bad team. You can't be good on the bad team.
Well, wait a minute. I want to say happy birthday to Terrell. She finally joined. I just want to give her a happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Good gracious. What's up, Terrell?
I can tell your age out here because you're older than me.
She's 21.
I can tell your age. Yeah.
But definitely, I think once she gets on a better team, she's going to, do a little bit better. But speaking in regards to them, as y'all can see, Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell are dropping it like it's hot. Like,
yes.
She's one of my favorites.
Ridiculous.
I've always liked Aaliyah Boston.
And Mitchell just showed her ass last night, okay?
Yeah, I love Mitchell.
She just showed her out last night. Very underrated. But she's really a good glue to their team. I think that's what holds them together. Even when Caitlin's out, she steps up. But this shows you what she could do Period. Every time she's out, she dropped 30 on her. So she could be this nightly if that's what they want, but she knows her role and plays through it. So I'm hoping Enrique can figure that part out. But Shakira Austin,
Y'all be hard on her.
she did good, but the Washington Mystics, they did take down Nafisha and them. Nafisha, what's going on, TT, with your team?
Listen, how's that my team?
You learn Nafisha call you.
Yes, for a whole different reason.
Come on with the Fifi love. Don't give Fifi her love.
Because she is, I love her. And I love the team. I believe it just like that on this podcast. But yeah, I mean, listen, everybody's losing. Everybody's taking L's. New York took an L last night. Vegas taking L's all over. We are now seeing a WNBA that everybody except Dallas is playing really well right now. That's it. And Connecticut, excuse me. I didn't want to throw the Dallas in there. And Connecticut.
Yeah, Connecticut's really bad too.
Becca's is playing her butt off.
Connecticut, you get Dallas, you mean. She used to play for Connecticut in the W is trash.
No, I said the two bad teams. I slipped Dallas in earlier, and then I said and Connecticut. See, but I'm gonna say Becca's is playing her tail off for what she got around her right now. So it's a matter. This league is very competitive. Look at your favorite team, Golden State. You love to watch them play, and you can't name one person in that squad right now.
But that's why I like them, because of that. They recruited. This is a no-star team. You know what I mean? The Valkyries or whatever the hell they are. But I know Paul is not gonna like my next thing. Now, CC, y'all giving all the clout. We rah, but let's holler at her when she down. Because right now she had 29% 3-point shooting. Okay, she's throwing. She's. I don't know if I want to call her. Construction Clark. You know, we have Construction Clark going over here.
Wow.
Incorporated. Clark Construction Incorporated.
I am done with you with this one. I am through.
That's all I'm saying. I don't know if she's in a slump. They need to get her a psychologist that poke in the eye. She got beat up. I don't know if she's scared to come back on the court. I don't know what the hell going on right now. There's concussion. When did you pull your groin? I ain't never seen you limp off the court. Let me find out. I keep seeing all these injuries, and I ain't never seen you be injured. Never seen any inkling of it in any game. And if it was, people would have brought that out. We'd seen some reels on it.
But Farrah, look, I'm gonna say this one thing, and I've said this on our show. I have a friend who used to play in the NFL, and he told me, he says, you see, these younger players are getting injured because they too big. You see, she done put all that weight and stuff on. Maybe she does not know how to work her body around with that extra muscle she puts on, and it does play a role. It does. Even with me, like me working out, I've put on more muscle. Even though I'm supposed to be healthy and I'm supposed to be doing this and doing that, sometimes I'll be like, damn, you heavy. Like, you know, and I think that may be affecting her.
I think her psyche is affected. I think she's off her game psychologically.
But I don't know, but why? Everything is handed to her.
What you think that's why? Do you see what she's going through that court? Did you see Kelsey Plum tell her to sit her ass down? She even getting cussed out on the bench.
I mean, but she's bringing that on herself.
She's not bringing it on herself. Media is bringing it on her. This girl doesn't say anything.
I would disagree.
Trash on the court that's just part of the game.
Exactly. Because see, first when she came out, everybody wanted to protect Caitlyn. They wanted to coddle her. They wanted to say, "Oh, she's the new it girl. We can't let anything happen to her." But now
that's media. That's not her. She's not doing that.
Wasn't the media. That was that fan base that Iowa fan base.
You call it fan base? It's anybody but her. She's not the one.
Right. But now we're seeing the real Caitlyn come out. We see that she on here trash talking. She out here trying to start fights.
She's being start.
Exactly. But nobody started watching her until after this. That was the season that's when everything blew up, was after that. Nobody was watching because, again, and I said this on our show too, her and Angel had been playing each other since Angel was at Maryland. Nobody was into it like that. That's when all the eyes got on Caitlyn, and a certain base of people decided to latch themselves on and protect her when she didn't need protection because she could actually ball. But now
I do get that part, but I'm just saying she's not the one
She is.
After the game, that's talking trash
She is.
I haven't seen anything where she's talking trash to anyone about
she's
anyone.
doing it on the court. She got teammates out there fighting for her. She's starting fights. I ain't seen her throw no bowls. You may
she's
see
not gonna throw no
bowls. If you buck, she didn't grab that girl behind her neck and pull her head down.
She's gonna talk trash on that court, just like everyone else.
She's throwing rocks.
The media is choosing to make this an ordeal. Even from college, they made this an ordeal. But no one ever talked any trash but Britt Barbie.
Caitlin Clark wants this smoke because she's feeding into it. She's her Angel say I'm the bad guy. She said, I'm finna show you ain't no back down in me too. Nope, you're not gonna do that.
I don't think it's not.
She's starting it and she's enjoying it.
What I'm saying is send me a video where she's talking trash. You send me a video where
you see it on the court. Her actions, her demeanor, everything on that court shows you that she wants that smoke.
Everyone's talking trash.
I don't feel sorry for her. Y'all don't feel sorry for her. Angel. I don't feel sorry for her.
I'm not going to sit back and be like, okay, she's bringing this on herself. She's not. She hasn't said a no word to anyone in the press, media,
her demeanor, and her actions on social media is everything that we need to see.
Send it. Send the video, and I'll post it.
You can see her when she's on the court playing. You see it. The attitude, the aggression. She's aggressive. It's on the court, which is where it's supposed to be. But you can't get mad if you on the court acting like a bully, and then when somebody say something off the court, you want to get mad and play injured.
What y'all think? What y'all feel like?
Well, what I'm going to say is this. Number one, her being injured is an advantage for the rest of her team. I'm going all the way off the subject. It's an advantage for the rest of the team.
I want to know. Y'all think she's bringing this on herself?
Let me get there. And so it's bringing an advantage of the rest of the team. As you saw, we talked about the last point, everybody else stepping their game up. Now, number two, I'm going to shout out Tasha for the muscle mass. She's working out. Good job. I can't even so shout out on getting the muscle. That's what I'm talking about. Number two, she made a solid point about now she's working in her new body. So I'm gonna give her that too, and that's why the injuries are happening because that's normal. Now, bringing it upon itself, it's a combination of everything in this world. Everything. When we can sit there and say something about Angel in one way that if we want her to do this, she needs to do this. We can do that and have a great conversation. It's the same thing with Caitlin. Yes, Caitlin does talk junk. She has been doing it for a while, and everybody does it. Now I'm going to say I've seen it. I've seen it in Iowa. I've seen it in the WNBA. That's what it is. So people coming at her is what's going to happen. Because we also heard from other people during the whole time she's going to get this. It's not going to happen in the WNBA, and she ain't that good. We've heard that from other people. That's going into the court. That's happening. That's happening on the outside. The outside is protecting her in a sense, saying she's the good, wonderful girl. It can't be. Why are we doing that to her? But she's bringing a little bit on that herself. But that's what you do as a player. Everybody in the league doing that. Everybody. Cunningham is doing that. We think Cunningham's a villain because she does such and such. But you don't believe these people have done this to her? We know this. It's all the same thing. But my thought about it is, it doesn't matter either direction. There's always going to be a narrative there. There's going to be a narrative.
So we'll watch the damn game.
That's all we
drama. We need
and enjoy it. And when somebody push her down, we're gonna look and laugh and see if she's gonna jump up and say something, or she gonna walk off, or she gonna come back, hit a three, and then get in front of their bench and say, y'all can't handle it, y'all can't take me, I'm blah blah blah, y'all ain't that. That's what's gonna happen. That's what this is. So both sides of it can be correct, and let it go.
No, who's right, T-Double? No, man, don't. No, who's right?
No.
Who's right,
T-Double? We don't.
I'm 21 years old, and I ain't never in my life known a woman who's been wrong. That's all I'm
Now you cooked on that one, T-Dub.
That was a blunt move.
That was a mic drop.
Bring a lot on herself as far as running her mouth. I mean, but I think everybody does that, and I think that the outside protects her, and we all know why. The elephant in the room. We all know why they got that little base for her underneath there. But a lot of the talk, I mean, I got to hear it come from her mouth. You know what I mean? And she's not the one that's coming to the interviews after the game and talking trash and doing this and doing that. I just don't see that portion. But she is that chick that's always that little cousin that's getting on your nerve, and then you get your ass to because you done knocked the hell out of him. But they never saw what you did. So I see her as a villain on that end. Don't cry wolf when you're getting pushed down, knocked the hell over. But that goes back to why are you really out? Because I haven't seen her get injured. Every time she gets beat up, here late these last couple of weeks, and you gotta miss a couple games. I'm trying to understand what's going on.
Torrance, there was a point there where, you've been on a double date before, when the guys look at each other and be like, "Hey man, you want to go get some more drinks?" Like, me and T Double was about to go get some drinks. We was like, "Hey, let's go get some." First thing and most important.
No, first of all, what y'all not finna do is leave me and Farrah. If y'all got
exactly
us, y'all not finna leave. No, we're not doing that.
We're going to get some drinks.
Just like y'all can't leave us and go to the bathroom. Oh, well, we got to go to the bathroom together. No, you sit there.
Right, you powder your nose. Everybody get powder.
Girl, right. Called us an Uber already.
Right. I'm looking here and it has circled 29.5% from 3-point range. Y'all do know that Angel Reese is like 27% from 3-point range.
She's not a guard.
Right, but I'm just saying that's even worse. Like you shooting out there like Biggs.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Damn.
She's like she's struggling. And here's the thing about it. Now the narrative's correct. Her always been a trash talker, correct. The whole Angel Reese doing this was because she was doing this to South Carolina the game before, and she was doing this in the Big Ten, and she but I don't have a problem with that. Like, get it how you live. The Fab Five. I ain't gonna be a hypocrite here. We were just talking about Jalen Rose and the Fab Five. Jalen Rose is the self-proclaimed best trash talker of all time. Like, they did that in college. People didn't like them because they were so brash and they were in your face. And Chris Webber would dunk on you and then stand there and look at you like this. Yeah. Like, that's part of the game. I think media versus that gets a little murky in the weeds. But the fact of the matter is, if you're going to put her on the pedestal as the greatest player to ever come in, and that these players need to bow down and thank the Heavenly Father that they're doing charter flights now, and that we're only watching because of her, and you need to thank her for this, you need to thank her for that, then I think it's fair to say she's struggling. I think it's fair to say that. And she is. I mean, 1 for 23 her last 3 games from 3. She's struggling. It doesn't mean she's a bad player. Doesn't mean she's not going to be the face of the league. Doesn't mean that she's not a competitor. Doesn't mean that I don't think there is a villain. There's just engagement and clickbait. You know, the quickest way to get engagement on social media is to bring up race, because both sides are so dug in.
Sophie done messed that up because she fighting out here too. She beating up white girls.
Right. And I think your girl Beckers proves the point, because there was a black foe for the media, for the narrative to be cast around Caitlin. I don't think Caitlin Clark asked for that. I really don't even think she gave a damn about this when Angel Reese did it. I don't think she cared. She's like, I'm about to go number 1 overall. Caitlin knew she could bust her ass in a one-on-one.
She done had worse done to her in the middle of games. I'm
right.
Sure.
I don't think that she had a personal animus for that, but her fans.
It was the media.
Yeah, her fans, and the media is just doing their job. Just like with us. People are watching this and they're entertained by it because they're dug in. Me and Tasha say all the time on our show that if you can get people to pick a side, you gonna be bankable. Think about all the players that cause people. LeBron, MJ, that GOAT debate. Destroy our GOAT debate and look at the comments. You could have chimed in on that 1,000,000 times before, and you still gonna do it, because that's just like Angel Reese is a pick a side. You know, I do it. We do it on the show. It's playful, but Torrance on one side, I'm on another side. Tasha's on this side, I'm on that. I'm gonna fight y'all over AR5.
He is, and she gonna fight you over KD. And speaking of comments, what was it? She thought that name and skin tone would and will continue to save her time to be a big girl.
Woo, Jamar.
She get into a little mix up. Now she out. She is struggling, and she really don't know. She don't know how to accept it when she get to hearing it. She don't. It's just like,
so you saying the criticism is fair or unfair?
It's fair. She just, if you can dish it out, you got to be able to take it.
But is she dishing it out though? Like what?
She talking shit on the court. Yeah, she is. She's talking shit on the court.
Though, right? That's what we love about basketball, though, right?
Where it goes left is all the media that she gets, but the same type of media she's getting, Angel's getting double that.
Yeah, Angel's getting
double of that, even from her own community, because her community ain't trashing her. tell you that much.
Here's the
Good
question.
point,
All this.
Sarah. Good point.
Are we talking about her on the court as in she's struggling because of shooting? Are we talking her on the court overall because they love her? She's
That's what I
struggling.
want to know.
She's
That's what I was trying
she's
to ask.
struggling. So we can see that I'm 1 for 23 if she's struggling. She acknowledged that, and that's fine, and we're done with that. So because I'm gonna tell you, when she goes 10 for 15 next week, they're gonna be like, she's the greatest shooter ever.
Exactly. You're exactly right.
All is forgiven. All is forgiven. That's what they're going to. All is forgiven.
So right now,
But
she's
that's the best thing. I mean, is we jump
there.
on when it's running good and we talk trash when it ain't. That's just
So,
what fans do.
Like Paul, Angel was what 18 and 18. He celebrating that. Next week she'll be 3 and 17, and we
And y'all ain't gonna be able to find me under a rock.
we gonna figure that out.
Wait, what you about to say?
It's coming. That 2 for 12 is coming. We know this.
Okay.
Let's
You
go ahead.
got to be able to take that,
But
she the best, blah, 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 as well as being able to take you the struggle you gonna talk our shit, and what you don't.
The one thing I like about her though, even when she gets beat up of somebody starting to fight with Miss Clark, she doesn't say anything in the press conference. She just goes and keeps it about basketball.
She go and shoot a commercial for State Farm or Gatorade or Nike or.
But this always the media is gonna overkill it.
Yeah,
but she is that one though. She is box office. She is,
and we done went about 30 minutes on that heifer. So,
but they're pick a side athletes, so like the engagement is always going to be there, and I love that. I love pick a side athletes.
Will they be Jordan and LeBron in 50 years? We'll be fussing or we'll be better players. Where's Asia in this mix?
I just hope they both get championships.
It's Farrah. I told Paul this last week. One of my friends, because down there they don't have like cable or access to watch a lot of sports, and they love outside of baseball. They do love basketball.
Yeah.
So I had 2 friends over because they wanted to watch the finals, and Caitlin Clark, State Farm commercial with Caitlin Clark came on, and one of my friends said, "Oh, she is the best women's basketball player," and I said, "Nope." I said that would be Queen A'ja Wilson. They have no idea who A'ja Wilson is. When I pulled up the picture, you know what he said? That's Angel Reese.
Because she black. And that's the only other name they know. They're not watching. This is what the media is putting out there. That's all they hear.
The media is pushing Caitlin Clark. So when I broke it down to him, now the other guy knew who A'ja Wilson is because Christian plays basketball there. Misael doesn't, he just watches sports. And I had to break it down to him, and he says, no, she's right. She's right. She says A'ja Wilson. He says she's really good. Like I had to let him know, no, A'ja Wilson, that she may be having a little, her season may be a little, even going. She ain't really just putting it out there, but she ain't no best.
And speaking of that, she hit her 5,000. She's the fastest one to get to 5,000. Let me pull that up real quick. And this is only on 238 games. So, who's the best player in the damn league? But media is going to take what they want to, but they got to do what they need to make people watch the W. Once you watch the W, then you'll figure out who the hell the better players are. We see it get you here. So if they need to use her name, NIL, basically, she should be getting NIL from the damn W because they sure are using her name in there.
Right. But you know what, though? In Caitlin's defense, though, and I'd love to get y'all thoughts on it. Like, in her defense, this happens in other sports, too. Like, LeBron James is the name of the Basketball Association for the men's side, but he's not the best player.
No, hell.
They're not going to lead off with SGA and like those type. They're going to always talk about LeBron, Steph, and KD as long as they're in the league, But so like I don't blame Caitlin Clark. I don't blame Caitlin Clark for her being the name that draws people in to see that A'ja Wilson is the best player.
Well, I'm glad you said that because who is the face of the league?
Oh wow! All right, there we go.
Who is the face of the league?
Torrance is.
It's TT.
Thank you.
T to the T.
Is he the face of the league?
Down.
Okay.
Well, I personally think the face of the league. That's me. Fight me.
Can we look up like the Brady Bunch?
I promise you, this is me. I feel like once the
Till the
season's
one day
over,
when the lady
Caitlin who?
follow.
Caitlin who? This girl is dropping buckets and
Hey,
it's insane buckets.
I'm not
We
gonna say
come up with
she's
the
the
half
face of
court.
the league,
She's
but Paige
future.
ain't out here playing with you.
Sure
Hey,
ain't.
by the end of this season,
Sure ain't.
we ain't gonna
She's
know who
not.
Caitlin is.
She got injured. She came back like she ain't never left.
And the one thing she needed to improve on, that she's already okay in, but needed to improve on, is the three. And she is. Once she masters that, she already is the mid-game jumper. Oh my God. If you add a three, she already breaking your ankles. So what y'all gonna do with her? What y'all gonna do with her? This is the face of the league. She's just a year behind because she stayed in college because of ACL. That's all. That's it. Trying to tell you.
Okay, here's my argument on this. Beckers will be a superstar in this league, but this league will have a bunch of superstars at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have face of the league, it's about what you've done in this league.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If Becker goes and scores 35 points a game and don't win a championship, oh, she's one of the greatest players to ever play the game, but she ain't win no championship.
Right.
Now the face is Asia. Asia is the face of the league. That is all you're going to see. The media wants it to be Miss CC, but the face of the league is Asia.
Exactly. Like the people who really follow the sport know that it's more than CC.
Yeah, she's a rookie. That's it. The real fans, real people who follow. But outside of that, if you don't know anything about it, then all you know is, I don't watch boxing. All I know is Mayweather. I like to watch fights, but I don't know anybody. So I'm sure there's plenty out there. But if you don't know, but if you are a fan, you already know who the face of the league is. It's Asian, and she up next. Caitlin is going to get swallowed.
This is a Tasha question right here. Let's talk face of the league. You mentioned Houston Comets. Who was on the Houston Comets when you were watching?
I'm gonna say Teresa Witherspoon. You had what's the girl played at SC. You had Cheryl Swoops, Tina Thompson, Cheryl Swoops. Who else? Who else was on that team? I mean, outside of Cynthia Cooper, those were the big
players in WNBA history. Was Cynthia Cooper right there, but the face of the league at the time was
Lisa Leslie.
Lisa Leslie. She had the first shoe.
Yeah, because they knew that name. They knew what it was, but she wasn't the best player in the league.
But look at everything she did when she was at Tech, though. You know,
that's what I'm about to say. She dropped 40-something. That Final Four, everybody knew. It was almost
and her game backed it up. She was a lovable person.
It was like CC all over again. They found it. They found her, and
that's my point. Look at all the things that CC did in Iowa. Look at all the things Becca did in Connecticut. We knew who Becca was her freshman year, who won Player of the Year her freshman year. We know. So you come into the league with this cachet, and everybody knows who you are. Of course, that doesn't make you the best player in the league. Now we can go and look at the league, and we see what the league. It is Stewie at one point. Then it became Asia, and now it's going to be Nafisa if you keep paying attention.
Right.
It's just going in that direction. It's a matter of what you're going to do. Yes, Asia's the face now, and Asia has figured out how to sell herself now too, which is you got this media. Angel's big at selling herself, so she's a face of this league. But if we're talking pure basketball, and we were talking the best player in the game, and that's going to be the face of the league, if that's the definition, then right now it's Asia. 3 MVPs, give her that. Stewie got 2. Nafisa will probably get it this year regardless. And the fact is, Stewie had this problem a couple years ago, and Asia got this problem now. You're getting oversaturated. People are getting tired of voting for you because you're winning too much.
You plateau. You plateau.
So it's going to get to that point for that, and now that's why it keeps moving on. So it doesn't really matter who's going to be the face. It's going to last you 2 or 3 years, and you're going to move on.
Look at all these other players we have. We really don't know.
But y'all, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are the co-faces of the league.
Co-faces, yeah, underneath Asian.
No, they are both
casual. I just started watching. They
are the face for them.
But the casual, I just started watching.
Exactly. Just like think about it this: if you don't really watch, if you're young, say you're 22, you're at the club, you don't really watch, say girls, females, they don't really watch basketball, but they know John Morant. He ain't facing the league. They know, those names. But we know exactly who the face of the league. They don't know who Joker is. They don't know who those other because they don't really watch it. You going off of namesake, what you see on social media.
But can you be the face of a league without being the best player?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess you could.
Yes.
I think that's the difference. I think Aisha Wilson is without a doubt the best player, female on the planet. And I like that new commercial she has with Steph Curry.
Oh, what's the topic, dude? We ain't even got one right now. We did. I don't know where the hell we don't went so far.
I saw the Jalen in the house.
It was face of the league. That's what it was. You want to know what the topic was?
Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are the co-faces of the league as it stands right now. Aisha Wilson is the best player in the world.
It
reminds me when we were growing up. Magic and Bird were the faces of the league. But we had Kareem. We had Dr. J.
Excellent point. There were better players.
We had players who were in this league, and these
point.
two came in, ran in, and became the face of the league. Now, eventually, the reason they sustained because they won championships.
Right.
they kept getting better, and that's what.
So maybe that's why we always say, why do you have to have a championship to make you great? Maybe because it was so many great back then that you're naming, the championship was the only thing that would separate them.
Excellent point. Excellent point.
But is that the thing now? Is that the thing now to separate you? You know, like
not in the social media era. It's not
exactly. So we gonna dig deep in that one today. But
that's right. That's a whole other right.
That's a whole other one. But we're gonna definitely move on because dang, we've been on here almost 2 hours, y'all. Did y'all know that?
An hour for each show. See, it's an hour for each show.
Go with, but I do want to move on real quick because we got a couple more topics. Parker, they're retiring her jersey. And surprisingly, there's a lot of controversy around this. That's crazy to me. They're retiring it tomorrow, but it's the people who drafted her. But I guess they're thinking, well, why is she not being drafted? Why isn't Chicago the one that is actually retiring her jersey? They still can.
I think it's down the road. I think it's they're first drafted, and then she's gonna be retired. Then she's gonna be retired by Chicago, and eventually, I think down the road they're gonna retire that number 3.
They need to be done
on every team in the league. So it's gonna
Jackie Robinson style.
Yeah, Jackie Robinson. She was the first to do everything in this league.
She was. That's my favorite player of all time.
So I'm gonna say, yeah, she deserves it first by Los Angeles because that's what she came in as. But then she brought Chicago a championship. They're gonna retire that number also. I think it's a matter of time.
Did she win one in LA?
Yes, I think she did win one. Mm-hmm.
Y'all stack her resume up, regardless of gender, from high school to college to pro.
Ridiculous.
Any basketball player.
Ridiculous.
What she did at Rocky Top.
I mean, you got Shamika Holtzclaw. Don't trip now.
Shamika Holtzclaw, but she didn't do that in the pros though.
Shamika got a championship.
Let's go back in. I don't think so. Not in Washington. I think that's what she played at. I don't think
she played in Washington.
No. Let's think about this. Even before she got to Rocky Top, she was the first girl to dunk in the McDonald's All-American, so she had that standard there. So she was standard before. So
she did.
Talking hoops today, my heart is full.
Well, we about to. That was the last little bit I got on these little hoops, but shout out to her. Well deserved. Ready to see what who retires her next. You know what I'm saying? But she needs like
Vince Carter.
Every GM needs to retire the 3. Nobody needs to play with that damn thing. How about that?
I agree.
But NCAA settlement, man, is in. I'm tripping over it. It's a lot of new rules. I even had to bring my phone out. It's too many. They have no longer is a scholarship cap. Just a couple of different things is with it. Now they have new roster limits. They up the teams. Even football went up from like 85 to 105. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to divvy up 20 million because they're still being able to give out scholarships. But then I didn't understand. I was watching on TV where PayPal and Venmo has partnered up with the Big 12 and the Big 10 because they're going to be paying them PayPal and Venmo, but they're responsible to pay their own tuition. I don't read this in this settlement. You know what I'm saying? Scholarship means exactly that, and then you pay them their NIL what you think it's worth. And then splitting it amongst football and basketball. The other teams may not even get a cut, a couple $100,000, those type things. So walk-ons, forget it. And so And it's only people who have to do it is the Power 5 and Notre Dame. The other Division ones can opt in; they don't have to. And 2 and 3, they ain't did nothing with them yet. So that's just a little rundown. What say you about this NIL, this new NCAA settlement per se that they got going on? Real quick.
My opinion, real quick, it doesn't change anything that happened the last couple of years. That $20 million is a salary cap. That's who I can pay my quarterback here, my running back here, my catcher in the baseball team, my softball. That's my salary cap. But just like before life happened, there's an alumni associations and these little pockets of people that gonna put money in these kids and pay these
Those
kids.
holy handshakes.
These collectives, as they call them, that are not a part of this deal. And so they're gonna have 20, 30 million in their pocket, and they're gonna pay that high school $6 million to come to South Carolina for 3 years, for 2 years. They're gonna do that, and that's gonna be away from that 20 million is gonna be about the scholarships, make it look interesting. I'm paying for this and that kind of thing. Don't let that 20 million for it's just a salary cap apart. And then everything else, when you get your other money getting paid for other things, that's your money. You can't I signed a contract with Nike, South Carolina, that ain't a part of my 20 million. That's gonna be me. And then I'm gonna give my 20 million here. So there ain't nothing go change in this game. They just try to make it look all pretty. That's
right,
it.
TT, I say this all the time. When you was giving out Trans Ams, like Paul said, only reason why it became an issue is because everybody couldn't benefit or profit from it.
Correct.
Every player doesn't need to be paid.
And they're going back and back paying people too.
Right. Every player did not generate that revenue. All you needed to just allow the boosters to pay who they wanted to pay, and we wouldn't even be in this right now.
And on the side note, they need to give SMU their money back because all they did is exactly what y'all allowed them
No,
to do.
they need to repay the Fab Five.
Oh, they need to pay them.
Oh, yeah.
But they kill a
No,
death
wait a
penalty
minute now.
for SMU for no reason. They
No,
doing
wait, right.
now. They kill
SMU maybe, but y'all know the Fab Five got paid. That's why Chris Webber couldn't show his ass back up on campus for 20 years.
I ain't saying nothing.
Right.
All
We
I
just
saw
trying
them
to-
get was black socks, and I think I put that in. All they got was black socks and knee-length baggy shorts.
We just need to know if he's a daddy of Doug Christie's daughter or not. How about that?
But we remember he was getting Chris and the boys were getting hood money. Now we don't want just the hood money. We want the
Right.
corporate money that what you want to get. There's a difference.
If they was getting money, Jalen wouldn't have been hanging out in them trap houses, even though those were his friends. He would have had too much money to even want to hang out there.
He owned the trap house. He was getting that little money. Don't act like he wasn't there just because he was there. He was collecting money.
He was smoking that dope. He was smoking dope too. Come on,
you smoke dope, don't you? Don't you smoke dope?
Ooh, y'all are stupid. Well, just wanted to tap on that. I'd seen that, but definitely want to move on over to the NFL. Only got a couple things. We're teasing a little bit while we trying to get to the damn season. Lord Jesus, help us. I don't know what we're gonna do today.
I'm gonna talk about my quarterback today. I'm gonna hurt you. We go. Let's move on.
Man, you know I am. Who will do it next? Who will do it next? Let me just pull it up. So the most touchdowns scored in a single season. I only really brought this up because y'all already know what I'm so mad about the Eagles and all that good stuff. He could have had LaDainian's, record. But is there anybody out here drafted? There's any league right now that y'all think can actually beat this single season touchdown record?
And we need to put an asterisk next to Jerry Rice because that was in the shortened season. Let the record show.
I mean, he is a tie, like a 4-way tie.
No, they need to remove him for that porn stash.
Hold on. That means you're gonna put an asterisk by OJ because they didn't play. They played less games at the time, so we can't do that. He only played like 12 games.
OJ killed them damn people. He don't count.
I was about to say it. I'm glad you did. I did.
He killed them on the field.
People. It don't count.
It wasn't on the field.
Give OJ his Heisman back posthumously.
Right. Just set it on his tombstone. Just set it on over there. But y'all don't see nobody. Ain't nobody saying nothing. So.
Well, it's gonna be. I'm gonna let you go.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm gonna be honest. It's gonna be easier because you're playing more games. As long as the NFL is adding more and more games, these records are gonna fall. Now, I can't tell you when it's gonna happen, but it's going to. If you will keep it 17, 18 games, that means I get 2 touchdowns a game. That's 36. So I beat the record. So it's gonna be much easier in the future. I don't know if it's gonna happen this season, but it's gonna happen.
Farrah, I don't know if it's gonna happen though, Farrah, because the 2 names that first came to mind was Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley, but they got quarterbacks to be vulturing touchdowns.
Like that's never gonna happen. But they
Like
could
they're
be
gonna
a two
put the file between them. Yeah. But one thing I noticed, there's only 2 wide receivers on this list.
Mhm.
And they just happen to be 1 and 2 all time.
Mm-hmm.
They just happen to be 1 and 2 all time.
Mr. Randy Moss. Okay. All right. Well, I was just wondering how you guys felt on that little teaser, but this one right here, who gonna have the biggest turnaround? Who? Who gonna have it? Now here you go. I don't care who start. Y'all go ahead. Who having the biggest turnaround?
This is an extra point conversation here. Do it us.
Don't do that. Don't do that, T, because you know where I'm going with this.
But Paul, you know where I'm finna go, and you're gonna be ready to throw something at me.
All y'all teams on there. All y'all teams.
No, my team ain't on there. But Paul know what I'm getting ready to say. Duval.
You mean don't Vol?
Damn.
If anytime you want to get Paul mad, don't give him no cowboy slander. Just yell out Duval.
That sorry sack of crap of a city. They was voted the most boring city in America.
Y'all ain't gonna believe me, but I think the 2 teams I see that has the biggest turnaround is gonna be Cleveland and Charlotte, Carolina.
No, I'm not. About Charlotte.
That's my pick.
It depends on who Cleveland puts in at quarterback and how bad they actually are at the beginning of the season. Because everybody's always, already saying it's Flacco's team, but are they going to be too far in the hole when you pull Shador and have him playing? Will they be too far in the hole to make an impact? The Giants, man,
if they go past 3 games, they will be done. They go 0-3 and don't put them in. They done.
It's like they wasting Malik Neighbors, and you got 2 new quarterbacks in there, and you don't know who's going to do what. I think Russell, to be honest, would get him a better shot at being, but they're in the NFC East, and that NFC East is not no bitch no more. Like they're
saying that they're not looking at him as the starting quarterback. That's what I've been reading this week.
I mean, who's gonna be the starter?
They got the rookie, right?
Yeah, they got May. They still got Drake. No,
I mean,
New England.
Y'all know he okay.
Jackson Dart.
The Bears. Everyone's saying this is the Bears' year, but I'm not buying those Wolf tickets.
No,
you can't put that on me. I'm not really gonna say that Travis Hunter is gonna turn the Jags around. Sunshine got hurt. He wasn't playing good last season. I think they have a better chance. We don't know what Ashton Genty is gonna do down there in Vegas, but they're a quarterback away. They didn't need a running back. They need a quarterback.
They got Geno.
Appreciate your nephew. Put little man down.
The Titans, it's going to be hard with a rookie quarterback, but they can't be any worse than they were last year.
Don't wait for me to chime in on that. I'm going to just let that go.
I'm waiting.
I mean,
who's the biggest turnaround?
That's me giving Cam Ward his props. They cannot be any worse than they were last year. It's no way possible.
My answer to this question is New England Patriots.
That's my answer too.
And the only reason I'm gonna answer that because of the coach and the experience and the schedule. And think about it. You only got to play Buffalo in your division. If you beat Miami and the Jets, which is equally possible, you're going to win. That's 4 games there. Mm-hmm. So the turnaround only has to be 8 games. I'm not saying they're going to be 13-4, but they could be 8 and whatever. It would still be a better turnaround than whatever. And the division is easy. Carolina has a division that it's winnable, but that's only because New Orleans is going to take a step back. Tampa Bay is still going to be good, and Atlanta going to be wherever Atlanta's going to be. Chicago has no shot because of the division they're in. Cleveland, you got to play Baltimore and Cincinnati. If you don't even think about Pittsburgh, you got to play Baltimore and Cincinnati. If you don't even think about Pittsburgh at all,
the Pats ain't even on my radar. I don't care who's coaching them.
The Giants.
Yeah, I agree with T though. I think the Patriots have the best chance for the biggest turnaround.
I can see that.
Because if you could play a raisin in the sun of defense, Mike Vrabel's gonna have you playing some defense. And Drake May is going into year 2. You got Stephon Diggs. You got some pieces. They brought over some free agents.
If was a fifth.
Harold Landry. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. If we stayed healthy, if our quarterback wouldn't have got hurt, we would have beat the Eagles. If your own stuff. Don't
hold up. Wait a minute. Let us put some boom in it. Boom, boom, boom.
No, I got the Patriots fair. I got the Patriots. The Titans are close second.
I'm about. I got convinced me. I'm with y'all on that one. True story. But I do think don't trip on Cleveland. If they will let Shedeur run loose, I think. And I do think Carolina could do something, just depending on if their quarterback can continue on where he ended the season at. Because they did pick up a few pieces for him. So
they did. He played well to finish the season.
But again, with all these teams you have listed, somebody did go 1-15 one year. I'm not gonna say no names, but I mean the worst they can do is 1-15.
That's true. But my question is, will this guy where he at? Hold on. Wait a minute. You better be glad, TT. You better be glad. I can't. You better wait a minute. I think I do have.
Yeah, one more time to talk about my quarterback, man.
You better be glad I ain't got that picture. I don't know why that picture ain't there. You must have came over here, snuck in my house, and took that picture out.
Yeah, that's my dream to speak.
For your ass today.
She said, "How did you get here?"
Every week for him.
Excuse me. Low basketball note. Looks like Chicago just traded Lonzo Ball to Cleveland.
What?
So I should just popped across my screen there. So
breaking news.
Chicago.
What?
Lonzo to Cleveland. So we'll see if he can be healthy. That just
who's gonna break in Cup Noel or whatever his name is? Who's gonna break him in there?
That's it. I had
maybe that was to open it up for him to get his run without anybody messing up his reps.
You know he gonna be over in Valentine anyway. He ain't staying on our side. But y'all, we darn near at the end of our show. Good gracious. And I brought a news you can't use back. So news you can't use. So y'all, I was going through the internet and I absolutely finally figured out who the hell. What?
I'm sorry. Keep going. I tell y'all what
Jody's father is. Finally know who Jody's father is, y'all. The moment I realized who Jody's father is. This is some news you can't damn use. But we need to know.
Jody's father.
Yes. So you got to look at Kid Play.
I got it. Okay, I got the connection. Wow, nice.
Now we know who Jody daddy is. Who's the pappy?
I'm done.
You still trying to figure it out?
No, I got it. I'm just. So what? How did they move from?
How did you living with her parents?
Where was the house party? Which city was the house party in?
That's what I was gonna say. And they moved.
We don't know where it was. So does anybody know what city they were in for house party? Because we know
no idea.
Nobody.
So you the vet man. You the one that's supposed to vet. And you supposed to vet this out.
Well, I would vet.
But I don't even think it's any true because y'all do realize we talking about two movies, y'all, right?
Yeah.
In real life.
You put together.
Sarah, don't do us like that. We came up.
We know good and damn well. But also, Jody came out chocolate. Play was a little brown.
Nah, his grandpa was black.
But look at Mama in that picture. They darkened her up to make Jody that dark. You see how that worked that out? So that's how that.
Right. She got the remember the Tom spray.
I mean, she was an around the way girl. We don't know who Jody daddy is.
Hey, I'm just saying. I think this might be it, but y'all crazy. But no, I had to bring my little news you can't use back in. But no, we definitely finally have ended after 2 hours of great convo with the two shows combined, the extra point with our Take podcast. Y'all, thank y'all so much for joining. I truly appreciate y'all coming on. Y'all know y'all can come anytime. Thank you, Miss T Sizzle, PL Coulter. Y'all, thank y'all so much for coming on with us. But what shout outs everybody got? Let me start with you, Mr. T Double. What shout outs you got?
Shit, Sarah, I barely had a shout out for my show. You gonna catch me off guard and think I got a shout out ready?
I mean, you ain't got to have nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I thought you said T Sizzle. I'm sorry.
T Double. What's on that T Double?
I lost my shout outs. I've been shouting at everybody who showed up, everybody who participated in the show. Shout out to my sister once again. Happy birthday. And I shout out to Hair Club for Men because I thought I saw some hair at the top of my head this morning.
Me too. I had a little buckle up there.
Y'all don't go over the turkey and take LeBron with y'all.
Right? Please, or get the spray
Good
can.
stuff.
Get the spray can if you need.
So I want that natural. I'm not going to turkey. If it don't come back naturally, we don't go nowhere for it. So good job. So that's my shout out today.
All right, PL, what's up? What shout outs you got for the people?
I'm giving a shout out to T-Dub and the Farrah because this was a blast. Thank y'all for inviting us on, and look forward to some more of these. Now, T-Dub, this means that you got to do the home and home.
I'm there. I'm with it. Just let me know. Just let me know when y'all want me there because I'm in.
Okay.
Right. 'Cause first of all,
Uh-oh.
TT, we have invited your black ass on our show
Mhm.
several times.
I thought we
And
were
let
doing
the-
well.
and let the record show. I don't even remember you just commenting on our show, but a couple of times, TT.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm coming with all the slander today.
Oh.
We love you, TT. And you
I'm
know,
good.
even though we have our back and forth, TT, I love you. I'll fight somebody in a bar for you. But bruh, if you don't get your ass on the extra point,
I'm going to accept abuse on my show, but it's going to come back to you when I'm on yours.
And Farrah, may I just say
Yes.
that T Sizzle don't get no shout out since she stomped on me and T Dub's shout out. She don't get no shout out.
All up in the video. It was like,
Well,
She was all up in the video.
Well, I'm gonna be nice and go ahead.
but I ain't had no
tease
baby
this.
oil though. I was just bopping. I ain't had no baby oil.
Good shoulders.
But what you got, Miss T? We're gonna let you give a shout out. You got any shout outs for the people?
Again, hell, I forget the shout outs on my show if I don't take a note.
Right. Well,
I'm just gonna say shout out to the great people here. Y'all, let me show y'all my little view. This the great people of Aruba. They say it's one happy island. And I actually I helped this little man in his shop. I don't know if y'all can really see that.
Okay, yeah, we can.
All right, okay.
All right.
Gilligan get off the island.
Right.
And they speak Spanish here too, so I've been able to communicate. Their top 4 languages here you have to learn in school. They teach you your native language. They learn Dutch, they learn Spanish, and they learn English. And they speak all 4 fluently.
Wow, that's crazy. Well, shout out to Aruba and they 4 languages. We barely can speak English over here.
Right, we speaking all sorts of broken English around these parts.
Gotcha. Well, you got any more shout outs? You good? You done? I don't want to cut you off. She reading her book.
No, I'm texting my friend because he got to pick me up from the airport. So
yeah,
he's nervous because I keep telling him the plane leaves at 11. Be there at 11? No, it leaves at 11.
Oh Lord, you're gonna be.
You finna miss your flight.
Yeah, you about to stand up there with your luggage. Yeah. But no, I don't have any. My shout outs is just everybody who joined on Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, all that. If you're watching us on replay, appreciate you for joining us for 2 whole hours. But again, special shout out to T Sizzle and Paul Coulter. Show appreciate you, and y'all already know my T-Double. You know he's my homie down there. Can't do it without him. So. Definitely on that note, y'all have a definite. Well, we'll be back on before the 4th, so I'll see y'all Tuesday. Make sure you guys join in. Probably some games on. Oh, next Saturday, the Prefontaines, y'all got to get your shit up on track and field. The Prefontaines in Oregon next Saturday.
The Prefontaine used to really be that. Did you think track and field has lost a little bit of its luster?
It definitely has, but I think we had to wait and find new runners and sprinters. We was the Carl Lewis's of the world, but we got some new ones now, and I've been watching it.
You know that's a United States question.
Yeah.
That's all that is. Track and field around the world is one of the greatest things. This is a United States question you just presented. That's all that is. So
that's just
the question is we get tired of seeing the same people, and then we want to see new people. And then our main event is the Olympics, is where we all of a sudden learned about everybody at that point. Say, oh, they're in the Olympics, and that's what we're gonna do because Visa and everybody gonna push them on every commercial.
But they're making professional leagues. Remember Sha'Carri and there's a couple of them that's trying to make a women's track league here. I'm assuming the men will suit the follow, or maybe it's unisex. I don't know, but they're trying to make it. I think it's probably gonna get blown up once the Olympics come. That's what I would want to say, marketing wise. Y'all might, while it's here in the States, then blow that league up. So we're gonna see. We got women's softball leagues now. You know, it's coming together. So we're gonna see how it goes. But track and field next weekend, I'm on it. But on that note, y'all join us Tuesday. Y'all make sure y'all join the Extra Point next Saturday. No, I don't know when they're coming back. But
Whenever they
know
We'll be back on July the 26th.
July.
We'll go on vacation.
Somebody wanted to take a whole month off.
Hey, I don't blame them. Shit.
Look, you ain't the only one that get to travel. I'm a passport,
But
bro.
I'm working. I'm here working.
I'm gonna be working too.
She go
Exactly. So
Working.
y'all make sure y'all check
Honey,
them
stop
out.
faking. I want to see some real booty shaking. Smack that ass in there. Now shake for a little. Drop to the ground, do a split. Bounce up and down.
Man, zap us out of here, Farrah.
I know. Right. Y'all check them out July 26th. Extra Point. They come on 9 a.m. on Saturday mornings, right before us there on the hour take. So y'all know how we do. On that note, be safe out there in Aruba. And we out.
Yes.
Peace.